What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making her debut on the channel tonight, we have Chelsea Wolfe. Yes, indeed. How about that? Chelsea Wolfe making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi-bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Megan, and Megan wanted to see me react to this song by Chelsea Wolfe called Carrion Flowers. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Sergeant House, okay? And the video has 344,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Well, I got the same thing down here as I have up here. Chelsea Wolfe, Carrion Flowers, official audio. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
There's that word official, but here's the thing. It's not coming off, as far as I know, it's not coming off her official page. It's coming off Sergeant House official page, but, or at least official, Sergeant House YouTube page, but Sergeant House is mentioned here. Now, that might be a stamp just for his channel. That might be what this is, but I don't know why you would put that on artwork that's clearly been copyrighted. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I can't make any predictions here. It might get blocked. It might not. I guess we'll have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Pause there. Let me back up a little bit. Very digital. Very, very digital. It sounds like it's all programmed. It's not being done by like a live keyboardist or even a live DJ. It sounds like it's all being done and created inside a recording studio through Pro Tools. It's interesting. I'm not gonna sit here and say I hate it, but at the same time, I don't like it either. I'm kind of indifferent to it. It's doing the job, I guess. It's doing the job that it was meant to do. It's carrying the song, but here's the thing: that you could carry. Okay, look, you can carry a song with a programmed beat. You could program a beat, and you could program all the samples that you need, and it will carry the song. Yes, it will, but will it carry the song anywhere? Is it going to take the song somewhere in some direction, or is it just going to carry the song and hold it there? And just it's going to carry it, but it's not going to carry it in any direction. It's just going to hold it there and go, okay, well, we are carrying it, you know. It's like, okay, here's an example. Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm carrying this, right? I am carrying this. Am I going anywhere? No, I'm just sitting here, but I am holding it. I'm carrying it, but I'm just sitting here. I'm not really moving. You see what I mean? You could do that with a song. You could do that, especially when it comes to programming within Pro Tools. It's very easy to do that. You could write a beat and you could carry it, and that's wonderful. But if it doesn't evolve, and if it doesn't change up, and if it doesn't move in a direction, then you're literally just sitting there carrying it. Is it well constructed? Yeah. I don't hear anything wrong with it. It's fitting within the meter, but at the same time, it's not going anywhere. It's just circling and circling and circling and circling. I would love if this goes somewhere. I really would. As far as the vocals go, I think the best way to kind of describe the vocals is ethereal. Sounds kind of spirit-like or ghost-like. Kind of off in the distance and a little breathy, a little airy. Now, obviously, she's doing that on purpose. That's the effect that she's going for, so I get it. But at the same time, there is that, and she's doing it well, but very much like the beat and the pattern, is it going to go anywhere? Or is it like the beat and the pattern? Is it just going to circle and circle and circle and circle and not really go anywhere other within that circle? I don't know. Like I said, I don't hate it, but I'm not liking it either. I'm very, very midline so far up to this point. Now, we still got over 3 minutes to go. Let's see if my mind can be changed. Okay. Go somewhere with it, but this is the time. Go somewhere with it. Okay. Okay, a little variation there. It went somewhere. Okay. okay. It has gone in some different directions. It has. So it has circled and circled and circled, and then out of the circle, it went out that way. And it went out about, I don't know, about a quarter of a mile. You know, it went out, and then it came right back again, and it circled, and it circled, and it circled. And then it went out again. But instead of going that way, it circled and circled, and it went that way. Again, about a quarter mile out, and then it came back and circled and circled and circled again. Okay, so did it go somewhere? Yes, it did. There have been some variations. We have heard some changes, and I appreciate that. I do. What I would have liked to have seen was have it go out and keep going rather than come back, circle, circle, circle. You know what I mean? I'm glad it did go out. I am glad it did. And when it did go out a second time, it took a different direction. I like that too. It shows a little more variation. But again, we keep coming back to that same pattern though, every time. Up or don't want to go too far. I'm scared, Sarge. Let's go back to base, and then we're safe. Okay, we're going on a new mission, and we're gonna go this way now. And we get about a quarter of a mile now. I'm scared, Sarge. Let's go back to base. Then we're gonna go back and we're gonna circle again. That's kind of how it feels a little bit. And I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I am glad it did tangent out. I just wish it, instead of a tangent, I wish it had just kept going instead of looping back again. Vocally, again, it has that kind of ethereal feel to it. The notation that she's singing sounds good. Good notational selection. The main melodic line makes sense. She is singing in pitch. Her pitch is spot on. And that's really all I can say about it. I mean, it's other than that, there really isn't anything worth talking about. So I don't know, man. I want to like it. I want to like this. I really do. But I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not hating it either. I'm not sitting here looking at the clock going, oh God, when is this going to be over? No, I'm not looking at the clock hoping it's over. I'm just kind of indifferent to it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it's there. It's good background music. That might be the best way to describe this. It's good background music. Like while you're, well, I don't know about everybody else, but while I'm sitting here reading comments and answering emails and answering messages on Instagram and on my Patreon page and everything, and Twitter and everywhere else, you know, while I'm taking care of all the business, I could have something like this playing in the background, and that would work really well for me. It would, because it would keep me engaged. It would keep me working. But at the same time, I'm not going to get so distracted by the music that I stop working. You know what I mean? It's like that for me. Maybe that's probably the best way to describe this. Anyway, we got 1 minute and 17 left to go. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. That 7 and not resolving up to the octave, just leaving it there on that 7. Nice. Good move. about how I feel with this. That about sums it up. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I didn't like it, but I didn't dislike it either. I'm very neutral on this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Chelsea Wolfe with Carrion Flowers. This was a request from Megan. Okay, I thought about it, and I have a score, and I'm just going to say this right now. The score is definitely an objective score because it is not a reflection in any way, shape, or form how I personally feel about it, okay? I'm going to explain what I mean by that, I promise, okay? But let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm going to give that a 6.5. Yep, 6.5. Believe it or not, I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I'm just going to be honest with you guys. That 6.5 is not indicative of how I personally feel about the song. I didn't love the song. I didn't hate the song. I didn't like the song. I didn't dislike the song. I was very neutral on this song. Like me personally, my personal feelings, I would put this in the 5s as an okay song. It's okay. It's good for background music, you know, kind of thing. That's how I personally feel. But looking at the song from an objective standpoint, it's a little more than that. And that's why I'm putting this up in the 6s, in particular at a 6.5. Programming. Let's be honest. This song was written completely and recorded completely in Pro Tools, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's the type of direction you want your artist slash project, whatever you want to call it, if that's the direction you want to take your artist slash group slash whatever, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? That's perfectly fine. I'll never be a fan of that personally, but if that's what you guys want to do, then that's perfectly fine. As the programming goes, it was well done. There were some variations within the programming, some very subtle variations, but variations I caught on to nonetheless, that did keep the song from becoming stagnant. It kept the song from becoming boring. There were some things happening in there that definitely helped keep the song engaging, and I will give it all the credit in the world for doing that. And that is 100% thanks to the people or the person who programmed this and developed and created that beat. Fine job on their part. You know, doing it very subtly, but doing it in a way that still was able to grab attention and make people go, oh, that was a little different. So good on them, okay? I will give credit where credit's due. But from a songwriting standpoint, it never, okay, it did go in a couple of directions, but it never went so far out as to say that it went on to the next phase. You know what I mean? It went out, it reached out. I used the Sarge thing. It went about a quarter of a mile away from base, and then they did an about face and came right back again at a running speed. They marched out, you know, simple marching speed, but when it came down to do the about face, boy, they ran in a full sprint to come back. And then they decided to go on another adventure, and they marched out, and they marched out, they got scared, turned around about face, and they ran back to base. And it would always come back to that same feel, that same section. Now within that section, there were some variants, like I said, but it always came back to the same section. Now, what I mean by that is the song never felt linear. It never felt like, it did not feel like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, or just verse, chorus, next verse, chorus. It never felt like that. It felt like verse 1, pre-chorus, right back to verse 1, pre-chorus number 2, right back to verse 1. Pre-chorus 3, right back to verse 1. It never felt like verse 2, or a bridge, or a breakdown, or a solo section. And it never felt like any of that. It just felt very circular in its design. Not a fan of that, not me personally, but I do see how there could be an audience, and there could be a market, and there could be a demographic where this song would be found to be very enjoyable. So I'm not going to sit here and discredit the song and say that the song is terrible. I'm not going to say that because that's not true. I could definitely see this style of music having a market, having a demographic, and you're going to target that audience with a song like this. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Look, you know your artist, you know your project, you know the direction you want to go. So let's go in that direction and let's write songs for that demographic. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be a very niche market, and your demographic's never going to get to be humongous, but your demographic will be solid. And if you write good songs that are well written and well constructed inside that frame and that mindset, like this was done, you're going to get that demographic, and you're going to hold on to them as long as you continue to put out songs of this quality. So nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And like I said, I am not going to sit here and be so pretentious as to discredit this and say it's a terrible song, because it's not. It's absolutely not. It's not my cup of tea. I'm never going to add this to a playlist, but that's just me personally, okay? But looking at the song, how it's constructed, I do see a market for it. I do. And for that market, it was a really well done job. So I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Vocally, I'm not really particularly a fan of her style of singing, but very much like the songwriting, I see the market. I do see the attractiveness of it. I do see how people can be drawn to it. That demographic, I can see how they will listen to her vocals and go, oh my God, this is touching me in ways that I've never been touched before.
What?
And I'm really enjoying this. Her vocals are speaking to me. I could see how people would be attracted. Not me personally, but I can see how it is for a certain group of people. And again, knowing your audience, knowing the demographic that you want to hit, and strategically creating a song like this with a vocal performance like this, it's smart. It is smart. As long as you're willing to accept the fact that you're going to hit that demographic, and you're really not going to be able to branch out very far with it, but the demographic you're going to hit, you're going to be solid with, and you're going to get a very loyal following. Nothing wrong with that at all. As far as her vocal performance goes, she was on pitch. Her approach was steady and consistent. When she did get more powerful, towards the end, she started getting a little more projection and a little more support and a little more power. I did like that part towards the end where she started to get a little fuller with her sound, not so ethereal, not so ghost-like, not so breathy and airy, but more solid. I liked that. I actually did like that part. But for the most part, though, the vocals, it just wasn't for me. You know, I think she did a fine job. For doing what she did a fine job. It's just not up my alley, okay? So looking at it overall, though, I think a 6.5 is a pretty good score. It's pretty good. Personally, I would put this down in the 5s. I'm just very indifferent to it. But by my standards, though, by my objectivity side, looking at this, there's no denying it's better than okay. It is better than okay, and that's why I'm giving it the 6.5, which by definition is not just an okay score, it's actually a pretty good score. So yeah, I feel good with that score. I think it's a very justified score. I've given my reasons. I do think it would make good background music. I believe it or not, I'm actually going to take this song and I'm going to put it on my background music playlist. I'm going to give it a shot. You know, see, maybe while I'm answering my comments and answering emails and everything else I do for 3 hours a day, have this song play in the background and see how I react to it. See if it distracts me from my work or if it just keeps me motivated and just keeps me going without taking away from being able to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm willing to give it that chance. So Anyway, 6.5, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So, 6.5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.